Good morning, Sharks, and welcome to the stream.
On this episode, the city of Hollywood shows off its pride.
First responders demo some new initiatives.
We conclude our show with a heartwarming story about America's finest.
All that and more on this week's episode of The Stream. I'm Peyton Green.
And I'm Alexandra Shires.
Recently, the city of Hollywood hosted a parade to show their support for the LGBTQ plus community.
USN reporter Dylan Polyakov was there.
My Hollywood Pride. Now it belongs to you too.
The third annual My Hollywood Pride event, which was founded in 2019, is an annual tradition that builds a more diverse and inclusive community throughout the city of Hollywood.
My husband and I were one of the same-sex couples that sued for the right to marry in Florida. And through that whole process, everybody kept saying, why do you want to do it here? Like, why don't you go to another state? But I don't think anyone should have to go somewhere else to be treated equally.
As the new year rolls around, the LGBTQ plus community continues to gain new levels of support.
We have a lot of marginalized groups in our society. It could be a religious minority or a different minority, and sometimes, they're not recognized and they want to, of course, get together and show strength and unity.
The My Hollywood Pride Festival is the first nationally recognized LGBTQ plus event of 2024. Not only does the city support it, but the event has received national support through Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
I've been at every one of these celebrations because it's so important that we make sure that we come together as a community, support the LGBTQ plus community, make sure they know that they're seen and heard and loved.
I think one of the ways that My Hollywood Pride drives inclusivity and acceptance is that it really is a place for everyone to come, right? It isn't one type of LGBTQ person that's welcome here. We really want to make it inclusive for everyone. That's why we make it family inclusive.
Pride starts here at the Hollywood Pride Festival, where the vibrant colors and joyful atmosphere reflect on inclusion and acceptance. Reporting for USN, I'm Dylan Polyakov.
Thanks, Dylan. It's great to see how the city of Hollywood promotes diversity and acceptance.
Our first responders are working tirelessly and constantly, putting their lives at risk to keep the city safe. This past week, Davie Police Department and Fire Rescue put on their annual First Responder Expo.
"63 years ago, the town of Davie became one of the first to serve its community. Today, the city continues to make their sirens heard and celebrated.
This is an annual event for our town residents. Welcome them every year to see and showcase every resource that we have, not only police, but fire department as well.
The Davie PD's funding goes directly into keeping their citizens safe with new innovations.
Today we have our canine unit, our mounted unit, which is the horses. We have our dive team, we do have a boat. We have our drone unit, which is a new addition to this year.
The town's fearless first responders do not hesitate to keep the community safe.
We focus on people. We follow the 5 pillars of leadership, not only internally with the police department, but externally with the police department. And number 1 pillar is people. So the more we're able to deal with people, talk with them, try to understand their problems, the better off the relationship we're gonna have.
Good job.
As the town continues to explore the different alleys of safety, their main goal remains keeping the heart of Davie beating. By blazing new trails and implementing new strategies, these first responders are committed to keeping us protected. Reporting for Davie PD, USN, I'm Sydney Scharf.
It's important to highlight the incredible efforts of our first responders. They play a vital role in protecting our communities.
Speaking of positive initiatives, Utopia has been a fantastic platform, showcasing U School's music program for over 5 years.
Utopia is today from 3:30 to 6:30 on our campus, and we are all excited for this festival.
Get ready, Sharks, and check out this awesome preview of what's in store.
conclude today with a heartwarming story of how veterans come together to support one another.
The transition from the battlefield to civilian life is an ongoing struggle for most of our military veterans. Captain Neil, the owner of Fishing with America's Finest, remembers the first chance he had to help a war veteran.
We met for the first time, and as I shook hands, I noticed that he didn't make eye contact with me. And you could clearly see there was a tremendous amount of weight on this young man.
To help veterans cope with non-military life, Captain Neil created Fishing with America's Finest.
My idea was to introduce fishing, the outdoors, nature.
Captain Neil's fishing events have continued to grow in size. And now they also include military families.
It's really about the family and really coming together, breaking bread. I mean, I did have the biggest fish, I just want you to know.
15 ounces.
That's just how it works. But I am the oldest soldier, probably one of the oldest soldiers in the battalion, and I'm actually getting ready to retire in 12 months.
For this president of Fishing with America's Finest at Don Sofer, working with veterans holds a greater meaning than your typical person.
Helping veterans, it's not about being patriotic, it's not about having some political background or even having a family member that serves. It's just, having the desire to do good.
Veterans Fishing with America's Finest get to be part of a larger community beyond their local surroundings.
You watch this transition take place where you're just talking to the vet and they're able to tell you some of the things that are bothering them. And when you come back, when you leave, it's kind of weird. You almost leave all those issues on the dock.
As these veterans fish with America's Finest, they see a beautiful setting and can fully understand that the world is a better place because of their service. Reporting for USN, I'm Dylan Polyakov.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of The Stream.
If you're interested in what we do, send an email to uschoolnews@nova.edu. And be sure to follow us on Instagram @uschoolnews for updates and for bonus content that doesn't make our weekly show. And where we feature our favorite photos from school events.
I'm Peyton Green.
And I'm Alessandra Shires. And this is The Stream.